The Python script extension for GL Studio 4.2 allows users to create scripts that automate common functions found in GL Studio, including creating objects and code, and making changes to GL Studio Editor and document settings. We begin inside GL Studio by opening up a new Python scripting engine window. The first step in the script is to import the required classes and GL Studio objects that will be used. In this example, we are going to create a custom pitch ladder script. We'll create a function called addLadder that takes in 5 parameters. We will also specify the default values of the parameters: the number of ticks the ladder will have, the offset between each tick, width of each of the ticks, center position of the ladder, and an array containing labels for each tick. In order to add items to this GL Studio design document, we must first retrieve a handle to the current document. We then create a group to hold the ADI ladder content. We then insert the group containing the ADI ladder into the document. Next, we create a for loop that will go through the range in number of ticks, defaulting with a case of 0 to 20 ticks. First, we create a vertex array that will hold the start and end points of each line. We'll set the start and end points based on the initial position of the width of the lines. And we create the lines by using the start and end points that we adjust based on which line is created in the series. We then insert this object into the document. To handle a case where the user might like to add labels to the tick marks, we'll create an if statement to handle it. First, we'll create a new text grid and set the columns for the length of the string, and set the string based on the values passed into the function. Then we'll duplicate the text grid to be placed on the other side of the pitch ladder and rename the object so we can tell if it's the left or right text grid. Then we'll create a new vertex array for the text grid position. This is the same as we did before. Next, we'll set the position of the text grids. And last but not least, we need to add the text grids to the group. With the function finished, we now need a way to use it by passing in the appropriate parameters. The first line allows this script and function to be referenced by other scripts we may create in the future. Next, we call the function and pass in the appropriate values. This will create the smaller half ticks within the ladder. We then call the function again to create the larger ticks. This time we pass in an array that contains the labels for each tick mark, starting from -50 to +50 in increments of 10. We can now test out the script to see if it's functioning correctly. We can see an alternating pattern of tick marks arranged vertically as expected, centered on the y-axis, and the major tick marks, with the exception of the center, are labeled at both ends of the ticks. We can now save the Python script for later use. One major benefit of creating Python scripts is that it allows you to create new automated tasks within GL Studio and to create custom buttons to run the generated scripts. In the GL Studio preferences, the user specifies the name of the script to run, the script engine type, the tooltip dialog for the icon, and the image file for the icon. The button is now added to the custom group in the toolbar, and users can get the same results by clicking on the button. The new Python script extension for GL Studio 4.2 accelerates interface development by automating common functions and tasks. To see how this new feature can empower your HMI development, Request a download today.